Hey everyone, and welcome to another one of my wonderful tutorials. I'm going to show you today how to at least effectively position yourself on the battlefield. I've got my commander here. I'm going to go ahead and send him back over to my base here. It's just there for cinematic appearance. Now, in my last tutorial, I showed you how to scout, and as you can see here, I found the enemy. He's kind of stuck in a crater, but that's alright. We'll just assume that he has a base here in the land of make-believe. So normally what people like to do is they build a few vehicle factories up here in their base, which works, but your tanks have to go all the way down here. And also, what if he goes around this way? He can still build all around here. He doesn't need to be stuck just right here. So you attacking from one side isn't going to murder him, because he can send forces forwards and just expand out all back here. So unless you're all back here, it's not going to do much. So a good thing to do is just take teams of 2 and go ahead and send them around. You know where your enemy is. You've got them pinpointed right here. Go ahead and just send your units and go ahead and have them build some bot factories or vehicle factories just out of the way behind. And always a great thing to do is go ahead and just put some turrets within those groups of structures, because should this guy decide to counterattack with some units of his own, a turret or 2 in there will just really pound his forces away as they try to roll through these front ones. You may lose a line of factories, but you'll probably destroy his and keep him from moving anywhere and just knock off his momentum. Anyways, he's stuck here in the crater, so he's not going to be much of a threat. My guys are kind of slow just running after him. So I've got these, and just to show you how long it takes, I'm going to go ahead and set a rally point here. I'm going to start off just by having them build one and then send it all the way over. And as you can see, they're starting up pretty quickly there. Now I have a lot of extra engineers here, and that's something you always want to do. Just keep on building engineers, because you never know when you're going to need them. They do all sorts of things. You can get them to build little single lasers, defensive turrets, or to go ahead and build more factories. Now one thing I do want to stress, which people, well, normally new people like to do, is they find the enemy and go, wow, he's dangerous, and then build a bunch of turrets. Which works if he attacks that way. But when you're actually fighting against a person, he's going to run up against those turrets, and he's going to say, I'm not going that way, and he'll go around a different way. Well, then you gotta start building turrets over here, and then over here, and eventually this guy will just have enough units in his base to just roll and punch right through one of these places. And you will have spent so much time and energy building all of these turrets around him that you won't be able to have enough units to counteract. It's a thing that you don't want to do, just for the fact that it causes you so much problems, especially if he gets into early raiding, in which he may destroy my engineers before they ever get to build that. And see, now here we go, first ants just rolling off the line there, and they're making their way over. And these 3 bots are still faster than these. They're going to reach there way longer before then. By then, this guy could have factories up or any number of extra things. But definitely a great thing is to go ahead and just build in behind him, because suddenly he'll be fighting you on this side, and then you'll start coming in on his power on this side or his metal on this side and just smash him to little pieces. And that can really knock out a lot of momentum from them. You may not stop him from attacking you to start with, and he may keep you at bay, but as soon as he's fighting on multiple fronts, you can kill off whatever expansions he has, and he will drown in your units eventually, because all of this around here is pretty much secure now, since I've just simply built bases, because those bases will allow me to put out units, and those units can protect this entire area. And while building large amount of turrets isn't a bad thing, it is something you want to watch out for because people tend to do it, and it's a pretty big mistake. Just because it kills so much. I mean, I've barely got 2 up, and by now I could have had large amounts of ants already, just in the amount of time that those 3 have taken to build those. So while defenses are good, they never truly replace units. And the more units you've got, the faster you can win. And that's all for this tutorial on just basic attack strategy and flanking. You all have a good night.